Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Tom.
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
It's our News Watch unit for the month of December, and we've got a couple of interesting news stories that we would like to present to you today, and we'll explain them. One is about cappuccinos served with pasta, which is kind of strange to the Italians. And then we've also got Elon Musk in a story about something called Neuralink.
Yeah, he's planning on putting chips into people's brains. So we're going to talk about that. But first, we're going to listen to this lesson read out loud one time.
Italian coffee culture stirs up TikTok drama. In a popular TikTok video, an Italian waiter in Milan gained widespread attention for his refusal to serve a customer her cappuccino until she had finished her pasta dish. The incident was captured and shared by Nadia Caterina Muno, also known as the Pasta Queen on Instagram, during a late-night dining experience. When her friend attempted to order a cappuccino in the midst of their pasta meal, the waiter was astonished. He questioned her choice and decided to delay bringing the coffee until she had polished off her pasta. This event highlights the distinct and unwritten traditions inherent in Italian dining culture. In Italy, cappuccinos are typically consumed before 11 a.m., with espresso becoming the preferred coffee choice after dinner. This practice is based on the notion that espresso aids in digestion post-meal, while the high milk content in a cappuccino might cause indigestion. Furthermore, it's particularly uncommon to pair cappuccinos with pasta dishes in Italy, where pasta is usually accompanied by wine or other non-coffee beverages.
Musk's Neuralink gets green light for human trials. Elon Musk's Neuralink, a company dedicated to developing brain implant technology, has successfully received approval from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to initiate human trials. Central to Neuralink's efforts is the creation of a complex brain-computer interface. This remarkably small device, filled with electrodes, is designed to smoothly integrate into the brain and create a connection with external electronics. Neuralink has demonstrated significant progress in its research, especially through the successful implantation of a coin-sized brain chip into the skulls of monkeys. In an impressive demonstration, the monkeys were observed playing simple video games and inputting information into a computer, solely with the implanted brain chip. Musk has indicated that Neuralink's device has the potential for a variety of treatment applications. The company primarily aims to use this small chip to assist individuals with particular disabilities, such as blindness and paralysis. Through the use of the chip, these individuals may regain their sight or the ability to walk. Okay, folks, the first story has the headline, Italian coffee culture stirs up TikTok drama. I don't know much about coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I'm not surprised that the Italians are very particular, very picky about how you drink coffee. There are different types of coffees, as you know. There are cappuccinos, there's espresso, there's just plain black with sugar. Anyway, there are lots of different ways to drink your coffee. Well, in Italy, they have a tradition where you should only drink cappuccinos in the morning, and then espresso is supposed to be a drink that you eat or that you drink after your evening meal. And you certainly don't want to drink coffee or at least espresso or cappuccino while you're eating pasta.
Right. I would say that Italian cuisine and French cuisine are considered the top cuisines in Europe. So, of course, they have some strict rules on how you should eat and how you should drink your coffee. So, yes, we've got some kind of controversy involving Italian coffee culture. It stirs up TikTok drama. Of course, you know TikTok is some kind of platform where they show short videos. I didn't sign up for that myself because I've got enough stuff on my phone to waste my time.
Yeah.
But let's So look at the content here. It says, in a popular TikTok video, an Italian waiter in Milan gained widespread attention for his refusal to serve a customer her cappuccino until she had finished her pasta dish. So this video appeared on TikTok, and it involves an Italian waiter, a waiter at an Italian restaurant. And lots of people have checked this out. It has gained widespread attention, and that's because he had this refusal to serve a customer a cappuccino. Refusal is just the act of refusing something. You just don't want to do what somebody asks you to.
I had to say this headline's really clever, Tom, because when you stir something, you take some sort of utensil like a spoon or maybe a little stick, and you just move it around and around so the liquid is, I guess, blended with something else you're putting in there. But stir up is a verb phrase that means you get people talking about something, perhaps even kind of upset about it or angry about it, but you get people to start making a move on something. So it's stirring up. So this is kind of a cute way that you can take a verb phrase and use it in two different ways. So it's very clever. So yeah, they're stirring up some controversy, you could say, because they have their strict rules or their tradition, how they prefer to eat and drink in Italy. So yeah, we're going to Milan, and that's in Italy. And it says here that this TikTok videos are so popular because you can just do them quickly, post them, and if you get a lot of views, if they go viral, that's why we say that. To go viral means a lot of people watch it, it becomes popular. Then you can become a more well-known social media influencer. So this particular video showed a customer in a restaurant, and the waiter there refused to serve the customer what she'd ordered. She was eating pasta, and she wanted a cup of cappuccino at the same time. And that waiter said no.
Yep, he refused to serve her a cappuccino. She ordered one, and he thought, that's absurd, that's ridiculous. Nobody does that, so he refused to serve her a cappuccino, but he agreed to serve it to her after she had finished her pasta dish. These are rules of dining etiquette. In Italy, apparently, you cannot eat a cappuccino, you cannot drink a cappuccino with pasta. And the incident was captured and shared by Nadia Caterina Muno, also known as the Pasta Queen on Instagram, during a late-night dining experience. So Instagram is another platform in which you can post pictures and videos and things like that. And we've got an influencer here by the name of Nadia Caterina Muno, and she's also known as the Pasta Queen, which means she probably knows a thing or two about pasta. Different kinds of pasta would include spaghetti, rotini, lasagna, etc., etc. There are different kinds of pasta. And yes, indeed, this happened during a late-night dining experience. So I guess this was first reported on Instagram, and it involved some dining experience that happened at night.
We'll often do this in English, give people kind of clever titles, depending on what field they're in. She obviously knows a lot about pasta, so she's the Pasta Queen. The king of rock and roll was Elvis Presley. King of pop was Michael Jackson. So we'll often give these titles of king and queen to different people if they're really an expert in a particular field or well known for something. Well, Nadia's friend was eating, and her friend attempted to order that cappuccino in the midst of or in the middle of their pasta meal, and the waiter was astonished. He was probably horrified, actually. So he questioned her choice. Hey, ma'am, are you sure you want to be drinking a cappuccino while you're still eating your pasta? That's very interesting to have a waiter question what you want to order. And the waiter decided to delay bringing the coffee. So he held off on bringing the coffee to her until she had polished off her pasta, if you polish off something, you eat something completely until it's gone.
Right. So even I know that if you eat pasta, you're not supposed to, say, have a Coke with it or coffee or something like that. You should have wine. Or if you're not a drinker, you could have water.
Oh, I drink Sprite with my pasta,
Okay,
Tom.
very good. That's something Americans would do, but I imagine if you go to Italy and you try to order a Sprite or a Coke or a Dr. Pepper with your pasta, they would probably kick you out of the restaurant. You savages, you uncivilized bums, you don't belong here. Of course, it probably happens not just to Americans, but other people who travel to European countries as well. And yes, indeed, the waiter was astonished. My goodness, you're not supposed to order a cappuccino while you're eating your pasta. Don't you know the simple laws of Italian etiquette? But that's what happened here. And this event highlights the distinct and unwritten traditions inherent in Italian dining culture. Yes, the Italian dining culture does have its own rules, and you could probably think about your own rules here in Taiwan about eating Taiwanese food or Chinese food, and maybe you've eaten with foreigners who ordered a certain kind of drink with the food, and you thought, oh, that's ridiculous. We never drink that with our food.
Yeah, if you go to different countries and they have different, I guess, cuisine that you're not used to, you might do some things the wrong way. I thought it was interesting when I first got to Taiwan that you would have a soup last in Taiwan rather than at the beginning of the meal. That's what we do in America, at least. Your soup and salad come before the main dish. Well, this event highlights or shows or lets us see that there are distinct and unwritten traditions inherent in Italian dining culture. If something's inherent in something, it's like it's a part of it. It's one of its characteristics or qualities that never changes. So there are some unwritten traditions. There's not a rule book somewhere that you can buy. I'm sure there's a book somewhere that talks about what the Italians like to do as far as their cuisine goes. But yeah, there aren't rules really. You just have to kind of pick it up when you're there. So in Italy, cappuccinos are typically consumed. If you consume something, you eat, drink it, or if you're talking about other things like gas and oil, you use it up. So cappuccinos are usually something that you order before 11 a.m. And then there's the other type of coffee called the espresso, which is very, very strong. That becomes the preferred coffee choice after dinner.
Well, cappuccino and latte are made with an espresso machine, but of course, espresso is just the black coffee only without the frothed milk in it. And of course, this is all part of Italian dining culture. And again, if you're in Italy and you want a cappuccino, you better order it before 11 a.m. And if you want an espresso, a good time to have it would be after your meal. And this practice is based on the notion that espresso aids in digestion post-meal, while the high milk content in a cappuccino might cause indigestion. So there's some science behind this. We've got this notion or idea that espresso aids in digestion post-meal. So in other words, if you have an espresso after your meal, then it will help you with digestion. I've heard of the same thing here in Taiwan. A lot of people will say that having fruit after your meal will aid in digestion.
Well, I just want to point out that a lot of the pasta that is based with cream, has a cream base to it, that's got a lot of milk content. So this goes against that, but whatever. Let them have their unwritten rules. Yeah, digestion is just the process of your food breaking down in your stomach so you can use it. And there's a high milk content in cappuccinos, and that might cause indigestion, which means your stomach is uncomfortable. Furthermore, it's particularly uncommon to pair or put cappuccinos together with pasta dishes in Italy, where pasta is usually accompanied by wine or other non-coffee beverages. To accompany just means to go with somebody or something. I can accompany a good friend to see a show, or I'm going to accompany my meal with a good dessert to finish it off with. So, yeah, they have rules over there you might want to check out. First, though, we're going to listen to our Chinese teacher.
Hello, everyone. 大家好，我是派老师。今天讲解的是12月6号 Unit 3 这个单元介绍2篇英语新闻，都相当有趣。第一篇内容跟意大利的饮食文化有关，而第2篇新闻则是让我们看到科技发展可能对人类生活所带来的新贡献。好，我们一起来看学习重点吧。请先看到第一篇新闻 Italian coffee culture stirs up TikTok drama 意大利咖啡文化在抖音上面引发轩然大波。大家都吃过意大利面，甚至于有些同学可能上过高级的意大利餐厅。可是大家知道吃意大利面的时候其实也有一些规矩。这篇新闻英文让我们知道意大利面应该搭配什么样的饮料。好，请同学看到第一段第一个句子，请同学特别注意的是 An Italian waiter in Milan gained widespread attention 请把 gained widespread attention 这里画起来，就是这一位服务生他受到了关注。那为什么大家会关注他呢？原因在后面 For his refusal to serve a customer her cappuccino 好，所以拒绝做什么事情Refusal to 这里的 refusal 是名词。再来，请同学看到第2个句子 The incident was captured 请同学把 capture 画起来。 Capture 是捕捉的意思，不过呢我们也常常把它用来被拍到怎么样，所以这个事件呢是被拍摄到。再来，请同学看到第4个句子 He questioned her choice这里的 he 指的就是前面的这位服务生，那 her choice 指的当然就是顾客，这位女性顾客的选择。那服务生对顾客的选择有所质疑 decided to delay bringing the coffee 所以他就延后呢上咖啡的时间。请同学特别注意是 delay 后面加上 VING 他延后延迟做这件事情。延迟到什么时候啊？ Until she had polished off her pasta 我们知道 polish 的意思是擦亮，但这里 polish off 就是把它的意大利面吃完。再来，请同学看到第2段的部分，请同学看到第一个句子的主要动词 This event highlights 这里的 highlights 就是凸显的意思。再来，请同学呢看到第2跟第3个句子，到底为什么服务生不愿意帮这位客人上咖啡？原来在意大利 cappuccino 通常是在早上11点前饮用的，晚餐以后呢他们通常是偏好浓缩咖啡。那这样子做其实是有原因的，因为他们认为浓缩咖啡呢有助于饭后消化，可是 cappuccino 里面因为有很多的牛奶，反而会引发消化不良。所以请同学看到第3个句子当中，这里的连接词 while 就是比照2种情况有很鲜明的对比，对消化所造成的作用是不一样的。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Okay, everybody, let's continue with the second news story. We're talking about Elon Musk and his Neuralink, and this is a company dedicated to developing brain implant technology. It has successfully received approval from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to initiate human trials. So his Neuralink company has been given the green light. They've been given the go-ahead by the government. And again, this Neuralink is Elon Musk's company, and it is dedicated to developing brain implant technology. So here we've got the word dedicate, oftentimes used with the preposition to, dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. That just means you're devoted to a task or a purpose. That's what it's for. That's what its goal is.
So it's developing brain implant technology. This has been something they've been working on for a while. The World Economic Forum has told us already that their goal is to put these brain chips into all of our brains so that they can control us. So this is something to look into, guys. There are good things you can do with technology, but it all depends on who's in charge. So the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, that's our FDA, they went ahead and said, oh, sure, put brain chips into people. They had tested them on monkeys at first. So if you initiate something, it just means you start something. And something that's really important to Neuralink's efforts is that they want to create this complex brain-computer interface. So you're not just making the decisions for your own body. A computer that you're hooked up to via this brain chip is also communicating to your body. An interface just means a system where things are linked or hooked in together.
Exactly, and this remarkably small device filled with electrodes is designed to smoothly integrate into the brain and create a connection with external electronics. So it's got these electrodes, kind of like electric wires, and it wants to integrate into the brain. If you integrate, you just kind of get in the middle of something. You combine something to make a whole. You could say our company is integrated because we have both men and women working here. We have fat people, skinny people, etc. It's an integrated company. And yes, indeed, it wants to be inside the brain. And then there's this connection between the brain and external electronics. So I guess you could learn English that way faster.
Well, this Neuralink, Musk's company, has demonstrated or shown significant progress in its research, especially through the successful implantation of a coin-sized brain chip into the skulls of monkeys. So these monkeys were tested on first. Implantation is a process of implanting something in someone's body. When we talk about implants, we usually talk about different organs that have been tested on and they're now able to be implanted in other people. Notice that the verb is to implant and the noun is implant. You can get a new kidney, you can get a new lung, you can get lots of different organ transplants. It's sort of the same idea. So they're going to go inside that brain and actually install or put that brain chip into people at this point. They've already tested this on monkeys. Your skull is it's the bone structure around your brain, which is, your brain itself is very mushy. So that skull protects it, and it's made of bones.
Right, so of course they've implanted this coin-sized brain chip into the skulls of monkeys, and in an impressive demonstration, the monkeys were observed playing simple video games and inputting information into a computer solely with the implanted brain chip. So I guess that was a success here. They had a demonstration. It was quite impressive, and people observed or they watched the monkeys playing simple video games, and they would input or enter information into a computer solely or only with the implanted brain chip.
This verb here, to input, we use it a lot when we're talking about inputting data into a computer. Did you finish inputting that new research that we received? So if you're inputting, you're usually typing in numbers or words or information, and we do use it a lot even today. So when you use this word solely, it means only. So I had several goals when I came to Taiwan. But after I got here, I wanted to solely focus on getting my Chinese back. I had studied Chinese long before I returned, and I had forgotten it because I hadn't been using it. So I wanted to solely focus on that. So only focus. So that's the way you can use solely here. They are doing this. These monkeys are able to input information solely by using this implanted brain chip. See, from the computer, they can instruct or tell these monkeys what to do, and the monkeys obey.
My goodness, they're going to put all these chips in monkeys' brains, and the monkeys are going to take over the world, just like they did in Planet of the Apes.
Oh, is that what they did? I don't think they had brain chips.
Yeah, it was a different plot line in that movie. But in any case, I could see something like that happening in the future. The monkeys will take over.
Ooh.
But in the next paragraph here, it says, Musk has indicated that Neuralink's device has the potential for a variety of treatment applications. So he basically says that there are lots of uses for this device. It can treat various problems, I suppose, or make people have certain functions or be able to do things that they couldn't do before. And the company primarily aims to use this small chip to assist individuals with particular disabilities, such as blindness and paralysis. So, yes, indeed, he's thinking about using this as a way to help people with various problems. It's going to assist or help people with particular disabilities like being blind. Maybe it will help you see again. And paralysis refers to when you're paralyzed. You can't move your legs or you can't move your arms because you had some accident and you suffered a spinal injury.That's
right. So through the use of the chip, these individuals may regain their sight or the ability to walk. These are the positive uses of the chip. There's already a lot of controversy over Neuralink, though. So there are people out there fighting against this because they know that if it goes into the wrong hands, those brain chips are going to be put into people, and then we'll be pretty much slaves, I guess. So keep an eye on this. A lot of people love Elon Musk. I think he has good qualities and other qualities that are a little suspicious to me. So keep your eye on this and see where it goes. I think it's great news, though, for people maybe who regain the ability to walk.And especially those who regain the ability to see, because to be blind would be really tough in this world. Well, that's just about all the time we have for today. We're going to spend the last few minutes listening once again to our Chinese teacher.
再来，请同学看到第二篇新闻。第二篇新闻的标题是马斯克的公司 Neuralink 已经获得 FDA 的核准，可以进行人体试验。他们的新产品是要在人类脑部植入晶片，宣称呢可以协助失明者或者肢体瘫痪的人恢复一般生活。好，那我们一起来看到第一段第一个句子，请同学特别注意到 a company 后面的 dedicated to developing。 好，那我们知道说一家公司他们专门在从事哪些业务，可以用这个句型哦 dedicated to。 好，那请同学特别注意的是 to 后面加动词的时候我们加上 ing， 所以这家公司他们专注在开发什么呢？脑部植入的晶片。好 brain implant， implant 就是植入的东西叫 implant。 好，再来我们看到这个句子最后面，那因为美国的 等于是 US FDA 呢，他们已经通过了让 Neuralink 可以进行人体试验，所以 approval from the US FDA。 做什么事情？同意做什么事？ To initiate human trials。 Initiate 其实就是启动、开始的意思。再来，请同学看到第二个句子 Central to Neuralink's efforts is the creation of a complex brain-computer interface。 请同学注意，这个其实是一个倒装句，真正的主词是在 is 后面的 the creation of。 好，那意思就是说 Neuralink 他们投入的这些研究当中最重要的其实是后面这个复杂的脑部，还有人，就等于是人脑跟电脑它中间的这个界面哦。好，再来请同学看到第二段。第二段的部分，来请同学看到这里有两个重点要特别注意。第一个呢是词语搭配，就是 demonstrated significant progress in its research 这个部分，展现成果和进展都可以用 demonstrate 这个动词。第二个重点，同学要看懂句子，到底这家公司是如何让大家看到他们研究成果呢？答案就在后面，他们把铜板大小的脑部晶片成功植入到猴子的脑中。好，再来请同学看到第二个句子，在主要动词 The monkeys were observed playing 这里后面哦，在 observed 后面记住它的两个动词，一个是 playing， 另外一个是 inputting， 两个都要加 ing。 好，那以上呢是我们针对这两篇新闻英文所做的简单的中文讲解，希望对大家有所帮助，谢谢大家。
That's it, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you keep your eyes peeled for more news, especially news in the technology arena. Things are getting very interesting.
Indeed. So please join us again next time for another edition of our program. From all of us here at English Digest, I'm Tom.
I'm Stephanie.
Goodbye.
Bye.